All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the weekend. It's the second to last weekend of February. We're doing morning movement and mobility today. My name is Henry Beyer with Strong First. And let's have a good session here. It's a Saturday session, so we'll be going a little longer today. Might throw in some new stuff for you and have some of the regular exercises and mobility work. I might mix up the order and whatnot just a little bit. Don't want to overwhelm you with too much new stuff. But I walked out. My office here is in the garage. So I have to walk out from our house to the garage. They're detached. And yesterday it was super windy here, and the snow is blowing all over the place. And this morning the wind has died down and the temperatures have increased a little bit. And today we decided not to go skiing this morning early. So that's why I'm here, because if we decided to go skiing, we'd already be on our way. We might go skiing later today, closer ski hill. So let's begin with, I also want to say just, again, welcome replay viewers. Thanks for catching this later on if you do that. So we're going to start with this Qigong exercise, standing like a tree, just to get us in the mood for what we're about to do. Now, standing like a tree is you begin with your feet about hip width apart and your knees gently bent, your hips. You just gently squeeze your glute muscles to stabilize your hips and just take any pressure off your lower spine. And then put out your arms as if you're holding a beach ball. And then you just gently touch your fingertips. And with your eyes open, just a soft gaze. We'll do this for about a minute or two. And you're just breathing gently through your nose. You're relaxing here. Even though you're holding this position, you're working to relax. You're breathing through your nose. Nice and slowly, low and slow breaths. Imagine your spine is being stretched as if someone is having a tug of war with it. As thoughts come into your mind, just let them drift off like clouds through the sky. Just keep the low, slow breathing. Almost feel as if you're just getting heavier and heavier into the ground. If your arms get tired, you can lower them down to about waist level like this. Go for about another 30 seconds. This is an excellent exercise to do in the morning. 5-10 minutes of this. Okay, now Gently place your hands on your thighs for a second, and then swing them around the back of your hands and your lower back, and just rock back and forth just a little bit. You want your weight to stay evenly over your feet. So you don't want to be too much weight in the front of your foot or in the back of your foot. And then we're going to go side to side, and you want to still have, weight on both of your feet. And then just some hip circles here. Yeah, all right. Nice. And then the other way. Whoop. A little crazy there. I mean, even with just these gentle movements, you are working on your joint mobility. Just the joints gently rubbing over each other, starting to stimulate the release of synovial fluid, which is the fluid that lubricates your joints. Lack of movement. When there's lack of movement, the fluid dries up. So when you're asleep, that fluid dries up. Same thing with your spine. And the first thing in the morning, your spine has the vertebrae, and then in between the vertebrae are the discs. But during the night, those discs dry up a little bit. And so it takes a little bit for fluid to get back in them. So first thing in the morning, you don't want to do anything too strenuous until there's too much bending or just too much activity, because those sponges need to get fluid in them. So everything wants to be gentle. So we're going to do, from there, we're going to move on to just some easy arm swings. Step back here a second. I'm going to let me adjust this. I have this wide angle lens on the computer monitor, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a double knee bend. 1, it's just like a bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, double knee bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double knee bounce. Welcome to the morning movement and mobility. We're just getting started. 3, 4, 5, double knee bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double knee bounce. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double knee bounce. Okay. Now we're switched to arm swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we're doing about 25 of each of these. Here, you're just swinging your arms around your body by twisting at the hips. And as you do that, as you twist to the left, lift up your right heel. As you twist to the right, lift up your left heel just to protect your knee. Your arms basically just swinging, but the front arm should hit around your collarbone, shoulder area, and your back arm should hit around your kidney as it lands. And I have not counted these, so we'll do a few more, and then we'll go to our second arm swing exercise. Excellent. Every time I do that, the mat goes like this. And I just want to say something I forgot to do is down here to my right. You're my Instagram viewers. Welcome. Nice to have you here. And over here are my YouTube Live and Facebook Live viewers. Nice to have you as well. Replay viewers and live viewers all together. So now, the second arm swing we do is it's 1, 2. I'll do it from the side. 1, 2, 3. 1. Arms come up to this 90 degree, and then 3. Your hands come up to about eye level, and then you have this like basketball shot, except it's not over your head. It's just out in front of you. And when you're doing that, you're coming up on your toes. You're extending through your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Okay, so we do 25 of those. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're kind of getting off on the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2. So we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Excellent. And then back to the arm, these rotation arm swings. Again, don't forget to, as you go a little bit faster, so start slow. Think about lengthening your spine. Again, that it's getting taller. You want to try and get as tall as possible so you create space in the spine. The more space you can create in your spine, the more range of motion you can get out of each of your joints in your spinal column. And then you're able to twist even more. So it's just like a little bit out of each of the joints, and you can create a lot of rotational movement. You know, I think I want to do another round of at least these arm swings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double knee bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double knee bounce. Yeah, awesome. Let's just get a couple of these in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, awesome. Starting to feel those shoulders. So I did started sort of a new bench press program. 4 weeks. Well, it actually ended up being 8 weeks, but I'm on the first 4 week chunk of it. And I'm feeling a little sore from the weights from yesterday. So I'm rolling shoulders backwards here. Shoulder roll backwards. And then forwards, both shoulders at the same time. Ooh. Getting a little bit of tingly action. It's a little chilly in here. I turn off the heat or turn down the heat at night. So when I get in here in the morning, it's still a little chilly. 1. Now we're doing alternate shoulders going backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Now go forwards. 1, 2. So when I do these, the general rule of thumb is you want to be doing about the number of repetitions for your age. But since we do so many different shoulder exercises, I tend to, accumulate the volume, the number of reps. So we haven't done just a quick little, this is for your elbows, putting on your sunglasses. So now we're doing a few little joint joint mobility exercises. We'll do double arm, well, single arm. So here we're going, I'll have my right hand out. It's starting with palm up. You want to try and keep your shoulder down here, palm up. You bring it in, tuck it in close to your armpit, and then rotate it over so palm is up again in this position. So you're getting a wrist, elbow, and shoulder from this one as well. So as these combine, you end up getting a nice number of reps for each one of the for each one of your joints: shoulder, elbow, wrist. And we were working on the shoulders, so we're sort of going out from the shoulders to the elbows to the wrist this way. And then one other arm. We actually learned a fun way to do this the other day. And I tried it the other day on one of these lies, and I hadn't gotten it quite right, and I totally botched it. So, but I'll show it to you here. So you have your hand like this. You want palm facing up the whole time, as if you're holding a tray or a cup or a teacup in your hand, and then you come around. See, I would have spilled it there. So you need to be careful. So you kind of come around like this. This is an excellent exercise for your shoulder movement, and then you do it the other way, right? It looks kind of crazy, right? It looks like you're gonna like not that you have to practice this right now, but try and do it at some other time. That's a fun one. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a few little wrist curls here, like this. We're taking a nice slow warm up here to get to. I need to speed it up a little bit. Go the other direction. Yeah, all right. Now open up your palms so your palms aren't touching, but your fingers are still interlaced. And now go the opposite direction. So you got your getting those wrists nice and lubed up and loose. And finally, just a few little opening and closing of the hands. You know, you want to arthritis in those finger joints. That's a common thing. So by doing this, you are helping protect yourself against, a lot of these things that happen as we get older by stimulating the body. Is very much a use it or lose it type of organism. And when you don't use all these things regularly, move all these joints regularly, then they will deteriorate. So all of these little things, they may seem a little wonky to do, but they're very good to do to help keep all those joints of your body nice and lubricated and smooth, running against each other, and ward off things like arthritis and whatnot. Okay, so we're going to do breathing here. So we're going to do two different kinds. If you have issues with your back, just hold off on this one, and then the second one will be a more back friendly. So here, you're going to, with this one, you're going to bend over at the waist. You're letting your whole back round here. Breathe in through your nose, and then stand up and exhale. We'll do about 7 of these. Breathe in. You're just pushing your hips back straight, bend it, letting your head hang. Exhale. Breathe in through your nose. A few more. 2 more. Breathe in. Again, just let everything round and hang. You're pushing your hips back, just back, and rounding through your spine, letting your head hang, trying to touch those toes. All right. That is the back. That's the one that can be hard on the back if you have flexion intolerance in your back. So now we'll do the other one, which you can do with a that is more back friendly, is what I'm trying to say. So you stand here with your palms facing down, fingers gently touching. Be sure as you lean back, you're not really leaning back, but just gently squeeze your glute muscles to protect your lower back. So you're looking at your fingers and following them up as you rise, and you're inhaling at the same time. So you get to here, and then you push up, and then exhale as your arms come down. Look at your fingertips. Inhale. Look at your fingertips. Inhale. Push up. Bring your eyes to the horizon and exhale as your arms come down. Then look at your fingertips again. Eyes to the horizon. 2 more. Let's do 1 more. Look at your fingers. Inhale. Push up. And then drop your eyes to the horizon. It's a nice, gentle breathing exercise. 10 to 20. And now we're going to move on to, actually, before we move on, we're just going to stand here, eyes closed, and you just want to relax. Just let your body bob, weave, sway. Try not to control it, just enough tension so you don't fall over. This is balancing out your yin and yang energies. The body has its own intelligence, and you just are letting it do its thing here. The longer you do this, the more energy you balance. But we are going to only do it for just a few more seconds. Okay, open your eyes. Now we're going into our sun salutation routine. So here, stand feet together, swing your arms back, then overhead, inhale. Here, be sure to squeeze these glute muscles, butt muscles. Look back, and then exhale as you bend over. Step back with your right foot. Chest up. Downward dog. Exhale. Come forward into Cobra. Inhale. Shoulders down. Back at the downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your left foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward with your right foot. Exhale. Stand up. I always have to step forward. Again, that's 1 rep. Lean back, and then bend over and exhale. Step back with your left foot. Chest up. downward dog. Exhale. Come forward into Cobra. I point my toes when I'm in Cobra here. Inhale, back into downward dog. Exhale, step forward with my right foot. In here, chest up, inhale. Step forward with left foot. Exhale, stand up. So that's 2 reps. 10 more. We'll speed it up a little bit. Exhale, right foot back, inhale. Left foot back, downward dog, exhale. Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Step forward with left foot. Step forward with the right foot. Exhale. Stand. Exhale as you bend over. Step back, right foot. Exhale, downward dog. Come forward, point your toes. Cobra, shoulders down. Inhale. Back to downward dog. Exhale. Step forward, left foot. Step forward, right foot. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale as you bend over. Step back, left foot. Step back, right foot. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So just moving through this rhythm of repetitions. Bend over, exhale, step back, right foot. Inhale, step back, left foot. Exhale. Into Cobra, lift your chest. Inhale. Step foot left. Step forward, left foot. Inhale. Step forward, right foot. Exhale. Stand up. Bend over. Exhale. Step back, left foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step back, right foot. Downward dog. Exhale. Yep. Cobra, point your toes. Inhale. Downward dog. Step foot, right foot. I lost count. Do 2 more. Step back, right foot. Left foot, downward dog. Step foot, left foot. Last one. Step forward, right foot. Chest up. Okay. Sun salutation. It's a good one. It's just this nice flowing through the movements, moving the joints, stretching the muscles, just warming everything up. Excellent. Nice work. So now we're going to do Hindu push-ups. We are sort of doing a kind of a version of the Hindu push-ups, but now we just do them in a nice rhythmic manner. And so we get down into downward dog here. So on your hands and feet, looking back between your feet, pushing your heels down, raising your hips, and then you scoop down into this is like an upward dog. You're holding your weight on your toes and your arms, and then you push back into downward dog. So up like that. Now, if that's difficult, from downward dog, you can come straight into a push-up position, then down, and then up like that. So that looks like this. Back into downward dog. Now, if that one is also maybe too challenging, you can go to your knees and then down and then up into this upward dog cobra thing and then push back into downward dog. So we're doing 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now walk your feet forward. Bend your knees and stand up. Awesome. Next thing is just shake out those shoulders a little bit. I forgot to mention this. My apologies. If you're new, just do up to 6 on that. I'm in my second month. This I did a whole month, 6 sun salutations, 6 Hindu push-ups, 12 Hindu squats, which we're just about to do, and 6 thoracic bridges, which we'll do 2. And now I'm in month 2. So all those numbers have doubled, 12, 12, 24, and 12. Okay, Hindu squats. You're gonna stand with your feet fairly close together, like just your heels about hip widths apart, toes out a little bit. And this is 3 count. So 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's sort of the rhythm. And then once you get going, you can just move through them pretty quickly. I'm not doing 100 of them right now, but you can do like 100 of these in like a couple minutes with a nice rhythm. So I've been told. So if going into that position is difficult for you and you need some assistance, you can grab something. I have this PVC pipe, but before I got that, I have this broom handle, right? So you can use either one of those things. You could use the back of a chair, anything that you can hang on to support your weight. And you just do the same movement up and down. And you want to keep your chest vertical as much as you can. So like pushing your hips forward is what you want here, so you can maintain this vertical position. Get a foot spacing, and you can pull on this pole as much as you can, as much as you need. All right. And as you get stronger, you'll be able to move to the non-assisted version. All right. So here we go. 24. So 1, 2, 3. If you're new, do only 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I kind of got my arms out of sync there a little bit. Okay, last one of these is the Thoracic Bridge. I'll show it to you first, and then I'll show you an alternative if you feel like this one is going to be too much. So I sit down here. I have my hands on my palms behind me with my fingers pointing away from me. You're pointing towards the back wall. And then my feet are flat on the ground. And using my glute muscles, I raise my hips up. And I really, at the top of this, really squeeze those glute muscles. So up, like that. I'll show you one more time. One more. There. Let's get a little bit more of a side view for you. Like that, right? Kind of making this tabletop. Now this can be difficult for some people if your arms are not, you don't have enough flexibility through your shoulders and your arms. If that's the case, just sit down on the ground and scoot your butt out away from your hands until you get into, just a slight bit of discomfort, not pain, just discomfort. And then just sit here like this. And you can do this now, you can do this later in the day. You just practice this when you have an opportunity. Instead of sitting on the couch, you could sit like this while you're watching a movie or something like that for a little bit, and just slowly let those muscles relax and stretch until you're able to get into this position. So we'll do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The key with this is to really squeeze your butt muscles hard, your glute muscles hard. That protects your lower back. It trains activation of those glute muscles, which, because of so much sitting that we do, driving, commuting, sitting at desks, eating meals, whatever it is, watching our favorite movie. Last night we watched the last Harry Potter movie, Deathly Hallows Part 2. We've watched it a bunch of times, but we watched it again last night. It's a fun movie. But all those things are, you're sitting and your butt muscles fall asleep. And so you always want to be constantly paying attention to that and finding ways to activate those muscles, because they're crucial for hip health, and mobility. Okay. So I'm going to grab my pole again here. You could use You could use anything. I have a bookshelf over here I can put my hand on. I have a chair over here I can put my hand on. You can do these without any support if you want. We're just going to do a few leg kicks here. This is a dynamic stretch for your hamstrings. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do the other side. For these, you want to do about sets of 10 to 12, and you want to work up to about 40 to 70 of these. Might not get in 40 today. As you get better at them, you can do these more quickly, and you get to your full range of motion faster when you have done these regularly. I think I might be maybe 3 weeks to a month into doing these every morning, and it's slowly getting better. And then the two areas that I work on are these hamstrings and going overhead like this. I've decided that there's so many different things that you can do that you sort of have to focus on a couple. For these, you're only doing about 5 to 8. I don't know how many that was. I just really got warm, so I got to take off my sweatshirt. Sorry about my shirt coming up. And my hair getting released. For me, these hamstrings and that upper back mobility is really important. So right now I'm just focusing on these are my 2 dynamic exercises that I'm doing. There's a lot more to be done, but these are the ones that I'm focusing on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are a good idea to do first thing in the morning before you have breakfast. This whole thing is a good thing to do before you have breakfast. That's why it's at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So I live near Boulder, Colorado. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back to these. So it's the repetitions of doing these that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want a little, when you're doing these, you want a little back extension, but you don't want any movement in your lower back. You want most of the movement to be coming in your shoulders, and well, you want all the movement to be coming in your shoulders and a little bit of extension in your upper back, but no extension in your lower back. So let's do one more round of each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can, so like I do this sun salutation thing every day, and a lot of days I'm doing them live here. But you can do other types of warm-ups, just a little bit of jogging in place, some 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could do some jogging in place, or some skipping rope, and you can move right to the dynamic exercises. I like the sun salutations as my warm-up, then a little bit of dynamic, and then ending with some static stretching. But before we get to the static stretching, I want to do something different. This is something new today. We're going to roll on the ground. Okay? And this is a good thing to do for mobility and for your spine. It'll really help your posture. So if you lie down on your left side here, or not on your left side, lie on your back and just take your left arm, put your right arm above your head. So it's pointing above your head. And then take your left arm and just roll over with your left arm. And now you're on your stomach. And then take your right arm and roll over again. And then left arm. And then right arm like that. And then we go the other direction. So now your left arm is up and you're starting with your right arm. You're just taking it across your body. And you're just trying to reach as much as you can with that arm. You're not trying to push with your legs or anything. It's as if your legs are not working. They're paralyzed. And then same thing, right arm. So you're just trying to use these upper limbs to move you like that. And then left arm like so. Now we'll do the same thing, but we're going to do it with our legs. So your left to push with anything, you're just using your right leg to reach over with and pull you over. And now you're on your belly and you reach back with that right leg and pull you over like this. And then right leg. And then we go the other direction. So right leg reaching over and just let it pull you over. You're on your belly, left leg, pull you over like that. Right leg, pull you over, and left leg. There. Sit up. And that is, let's see. We're going to do one more thing here. Or actually, we're going to do this on the ground. We're going to do what's called a bird dog. So bird dog is you're on your hands and knees like this. If you are knee sensitive, just don't do this one. We're only going to do one set of it. So hands and knees like this, toes curled. And then you're going to take your right hand to your left knee like this, and then you're going to extend it. Push your heel out and push your arm out. Looks like a bird dog. And then we're just going to do 15 of these, or 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Switch. So now you're touching left hand to right knee. And then extending, really pushing that heel. And you don't have to crank your leg up high, just out straight behind you, arm out in front of you. And we'll do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Great. So now we're going to just go through some basically static stretches. And first one we're going to do is hip flexor stretch. Got about 10 minutes left to do this hip flexor stretch. So I'm on my right knee. You can point your toe or you can keep it curled, whatever you like. With your hips square. You don't want one hip way in front of the other. You want your hips square to each other. You just want to lean into this hip flexor, squeeze this right side glute muscle, and hold. Breathe gently, chest up. Hip flexors, hamstrings, butt muscles. These are crucial muscles to stretch every day. I mean, you want flexibility, a certain level of flexibility in, all of your muscles, but these ones need extra attention because of all the sitting that we do. Okay, switch legs. Same thing. You're leaning forward in this left hip flexor, squeezing your left glute. Just breathing nice and easy. Chest up, shoulders down. Pushing, you can actually put your hands, back of your hands into the small of your back, or you can put your palms into the small of your back as you squeeze that glute muscle and just push just a little bit. That'll help keep your chest open and just enhance that stretch. Okay. Now, we're going to move to this is called Sumo squat to stand. So have your feet fairly wide apart. We're just going to do about 3 of these. You're going to bend over. You can bend your knees to grab your toes. And then you're going to pull yourself down into a somewhat of a squat position. Just take whatever your body will give you right now. And then you're going to raise your hips. You're going to round your back and just try and straighten your legs. And you're just going to hold it for a couple of counts. And then down into the squat again like this. Each time, just try and get a little bit further, right? You don't want to push too hard or too long because you don't want to be stretching. Lift your chest and pull down. We'll do one more after this. And then lift your hips. Try and get those legs straight. Then back down. Okay. And then lift up once more. There. And then this is a bit more of an active stretch, and then squat back down, half squat, and then stand up. All right. Excellent. So for our hamstring stretch, again, we are just doing this. It's basically like a good morning exercise. Clasp your hands behind you. And then with knees just gently bent, push your chest up, looking forward. Not cranking your neck, but just look forward. Your eyes can come down. Just keep pushing your hips back until you feel a stretch back here in your hamstrings. We'll just hold. Just a few more seconds here. Keep breathing, keep your chest up, but don't crank. Keep your head in a nice position. Don't crank your neck so that it's feeling kinked. Always pushing hips back, just slowly pushing them back and feeling that tension just increase. As it eases off, push back a little bit more, and then bend your knees and come up. All right, great. Now we're going to do this, what we call the modified Herger stretch or 90-90 stretch. This is for your glute muscle. So I have my left leg forward, front knee is bent 90 degrees, back knee is bent 90 degrees. And I just put my right hand on my left foot and I lean over my left knee. I'm pushing away from the ground with my left hand. So my shoulders, I don't sort of sink into my shoulder. I want to extend that shoulder, pushing so I can keep my chest up and just leaning over this leg. You know, a while back I was going to Bikram yoga. That's the hot yoga where you keep you're just sweating profusely the whole time. And yoga classes are different. Some yoga classes might vary the poses that you do each day. But with Bikram, you're doing the same exact poses every time. And, there's a nice advantage to doing that because of you work through the whole body with it. Okay, we're going to switch legs here. You work through the whole body. And because you are always coming back to the same exercises, you are able to increase that flexibility over time. And so, there's not a lot. I mean, there's many ways to stretch, but hitting the same muscle groups over time is how you improve your flexibility. And flexibility is one of those things that we lose very quickly once we stop doing it. Same with mobility. And so this is it's just a Saturday morning. We did it for an hour, but just doing some level of stretching every day. We all have areas in our body that are tighter than others. And some days, certain areas are more tight than other areas. And so, they need attention. But the regularity, the frequency of doing this is what will help your flexibility in the long run and mobility and improve your whole ease of movement through your life. Okay. Now we're going to do cat and dog here, or cat and cow for the spine. So again, gentle. We're not really trying to stretch too much. This is cow, where you have this, you're trying to have this extension through your back. And then cat is where you're really arching your back into flexion like this, lifting it up. But again, you're just moving through it nice and easy. Not over pushing it, just taking what your body can give you. After an hour of our activity, we're probably good for having our spinal column have more fluid in it and more sponginess in our discs. And so can we take a little bit more of the bending. Okay, now from this position, I want you to widen your knees a little bit. You can curl your toes and just rock back and forward. And you only want to go so far as you're still maintaining this arch in your back. As soon as your lower back starts to round, stop there. Just push back into this. Yeah, like so. Each time you can squeeze these hip flexors. By squeezing your hip flexors, it'll hold the pelvis in the right position and maintain that lower spine. Really squeeze that and push back into it. And then on this one here, you're just going to sit in this position and you're going to nod your head up and down. About 10 times. Awesome. Now, to end with, we're just going to lie on our back. I'm going to do it on the mat. This is with dead man's pose, Shavasana or something like that. I don't know. I don't know all the names. And just lie here for a minute. Because that was an awesome session of just moving and stretching and awakening your body. So just give thanks for being here and for showing up and doing the work and for taking care of yourself. And just breathe nice and easily for a minute or so here. And when you're ready, we're done. I'm going to turn off the live feeds here. And but you're more than welcome just to hang out in that dead man's pose for as long as you want. So I hope you have a great weekend, a great Saturday. Get out and do some fun stuff. That's always a good time. And we'll be back. Charlotte, what's up? I'm at the very end of this thing, but it's awesome to say hi to you. Hope you're doing well. And we'll be back on, probably Monday morning. So come then, and we'll do more. The Monday through Friday ones are only just about 30 minutes. Oh, I'm talking to YouTubers up there. Sorry, as well. My niece just hopped on here. But as I was saying, Monday through Friday is about 30 minutes. And then Saturday or Sunday is about an hour like we did today. So Instagram people, thanks for being here. And we'll see you next time. And then YouTubers and Facebookers, nice to have you here as well. Again, replay viewers, if you're catching this and you made it all the way to here, nice work. And enjoy your weekend. And we will see you probably, on Monday morning. If you want to join me for some more mobility work, that'd be great. And as I said, have a great weekend. Cheers.